Hey guys, what's up? It's Autumn from Coming Out Lesbian, a podcast in support of lesbian women who have come out, are thinking about coming out, or are in general just questioning whether or not they are a gay woman, bisexual, or whatever. I do weekly podcasts here with different topics, some support topics, some talking points, some funny stories from my life, and just kind of anything in general. And this week I am going to be sharing my story about how I told my best friend of 10 years I was a lesbian. So, full disclosure, it was the scariest thing I think I've ever done in my life. And the reason why it was so scary was my biggest fear was that she was going to ask if I was friends with her only because I was attracted to her, which was not the case at all. This friend in high school, I did kind of question, whether or not I was attracted to her or if this was just a friend type of love where I loved her a lot. And as I grew older, it definitely became apparent that it was just a friend love. And I mean, she's straight anyway, so it really wouldn't have ever worked. But I was absolutely terrified that she was going to think that the only reason I was friends with her was because I was secretly hoping she would come on to me, or I'd find out later on in her life that she was gay too. And the reason why I was so afraid of this was because going through grade school, I was bullied very badly. I was told to turn around in the locker room because the other girls didn't want me to look at them. My best friend in 8th grade basically abandoned me because I confessed that I was in love with her. I tried to kiss her. So I was a little traumatized. I had some whiplash from that experience that I was very scared that my best friend of 10 years was going to turn around and do the same thing to me then. But turns out that I really didn't have anything to be afraid of, which was amazing. She was very supportive, very understanding. She was actually very happy for me. And she told me that she loved me and that she didn't care, what orientation I was, just as long as I was happy. And, I mean, she had seen pretty much every relationship and situation in my life. She knew I was sad. She knew I was struggling and questioning. And she was just relieved that I found relief. She was supportive. She even joked, she's like, I absolutely want to go to gay bars with you. I'm going to be your wing woman. I love you no matter what. I'm going to feed you pickup lines, no matter how cheesy they are. We're going to make sure you go home with girls. And honestly, that was the greatest feeling ever that I could have, is just knowing that she would support me no matter what. And kind of like a side benefit to this was she actually became a lot more comfortable around me. She even, sort of got more, affectionate. I don't know, it was weird because I feel like it was just that one step ahead that, I fully trusted her. She knew that it was very hard for me, so we kind of took that next step in our friendship where there's pretty much nothing we hide from each other. And we became closer because of that. We do and say everything to each other, as in we do everything together. We tell each other everything. She's my sounding board, I'm hers. And overall, sharing this with her brought us closer. I really shouldn't have been so nervous about it. And, if you're thinking about coming out to a friend that you've been close with for a long time, as long as they've never said anything homophobic or derogatory or anything like that towards gay people, it's a pretty safe bet that they're going to be supportive of you, whether or not they're also gay. They're your friend for a reason. They love you. They care about you. They want you to be happy. So they also will support you when you come out. She even told me stories where she had at one point questioned her sexuality. She's told me about girls that she's thought are attractive. She's pointed out girls when we're, just out getting drinks or at dinner or just otherwise hanging out together. She even confided in me that at one point she questioned whether or not she was straight. She had never done anything with a woman, but she had questioned it at one point, and that was something she never told anyone. And I felt leaps and bounds better after I had confided in her that I was a lesbian, and having her share that back with me, that she felt comfortable enough to open up to me in such a way that she had never been able to with someone else, really brought us closer. And it was kind of a wonderful, magical experience that I hope that many of you will be able to have with your friends when you come out, because this really is, in a way, a bonding experience. It's cathartic for you and, probably for them too, where if they are genuinely your friend, they'll feel honored or happy that you trusted them enough to open up in such a way that may be painful or scary, or that you've otherwise been met with adversity from, family members or your coworkers or whoever it may be that doesn't accept you. And after I had told her, now looking back on it, I know that I have someone who will always support me, in my endeavors, or if I'm ever met with abuse or discrimination, I'll always have her to back me up. And I have someone that I can go to when I'm otherwise feeling down, about a relationship, about family, talking like crap about me being a lesbian, whatever it may be. I have someone that I can vent to if I'm angry. I can share, my excitement with her. If, oh, hey, I have, a date. Oh, I'm going out with someone. She seems super great. I'm really excited. I have someone that will unconditionally listen to me, good or bad, and she'll never judge me. She'll never be like, ew, that's gross. Gay people are nasty. Screw you. It'll never be like that. And honestly, I wish I had told her sooner and not worried so much about, oh, she's going to disown me as a friend because she thinks I'm just kind of this orbiter, friend-zoned person who's just waiting for her to give in so that I can have sex with her. Because she never thought that at all. And I feel like had I come out to her sooner, I would have been a lot more comfortable for a lot longer. We would have been closer. But I'm glad in general that I did get the courage to tell her. I did get the courage to come out to her and many other people as well. And overall, if you're thinking, that you want to come out to a close, safe friend, absolutely do it. Especially if it's a safe friend, they're going to be supportive of you. They're going to understand. They're going to care. They're going to want to help you, especially if they may be the only person you can safely talk to if you're in a bad situation, where your parents or your family may disown you or otherwise abuse you. Your friends, more often than not, are going to be much more open than conservative or religious family members or co-workers, teachers, whatever it may be, depending on your age. And if you're an older person, if you're in a marriage and you suddenly realize that you're a lesbian and you're in a heterosexual marriage, confiding in a friend may be safer than confiding in your husband or your children or whatever it may be. But don't worry, you will get through it. It will be a lot more painless than you think. It's just getting that courage up to say it, and then once you get over that hump, it's kind of smooth sailing from there. And honestly, and this is advice that I want you guys to think about too, is that if my friend had been mad about me telling her, then it really wouldn't have been worth staying her friend anyways, because that's negativity. That's someone who wants to tear you down for just being who you are as a person. And that's not a real friend, in my opinion. If they don't accept you unconditionally for who you are, within reason, of course, if you're out hurting people, then yeah, they better be upset with you. But as far as, whether you're gay or straight, they shouldn't care about that at all. And had she been upset about that, then she obviously wouldn't have been as close of a friend as I thought she was. And it would have been better off to move on and for me to find an actual friend who cared about me genuinely. But thankfully, that wasn't the case, and I was able to grow closer to my best friend, and, we're better off for it, and I hope that if you confide in your friend, that same situation will happen to you, and if not, that sucks, and it'll hurt at first, I know, but it'll in a way be an opportunity for you to open your body, not your body, your mind up and your time up to finding someone who actually cares about you, who will support you, and who will be there for you no matter what. And I hope my story kind of gives you some hope and some courage to, share this big, important aspect of you with your friends. Because you deserve to live your authentic self, just like I deserve to live my authentic self. And I do hope that this has helped you, at least given you some hope, or if there's something that I've done that you're able to take from this, that's wonderful. And I'm so happy that I could share that with you. If you have any questions or comments, you can email. The email is comingoutLesbian@gmail.com. We are also on Instagram at Coming Out Lesbian. You can give us a follow there. We will post new content. We will post updates for new episodes and otherwise fun little musings on there. We are on Buzzsprout. We are on Stitcher. We are on TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. You can find us almost anywhere where you listen to podcasts. But that is all for this week. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you guys next week.
Hey guys, did you like that episode? If you did, be sure to give us a like and subscribe on Instagram. We are at